All right, sir. So, since it's fresh in your mind, Thanksgiving?
Hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you going, "Hmm."
Yeah, this year was different. We got ditched at the end of it.
You got ditched at the end of Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I
Like, yeah,
mean,
hanging out with you guys is cool and all, but we're going to Kentucky now.
I guess it's better to be ditched at the end of
I
Thanksgiving
know.
than, like, ditched at the altar or something.
Oh gosh. Yes.
That could always be worse,
I can say that with experience. So
Hmm?
what?
You can
In
s
my dreams.
You had a dream where you were ditched at the altar?
Basically.
Well, that's a new one. I haven't heard this one.
Oh, well, no. Oh, wait. Oh man, maybe I didn't go that far into it.
Oh,
It was the one where it was like the wedding started, but then it was like there was like a metal intro for the wedding party to walk down to, and
okay,
then
I remember you telling me about the metal party,
Mhm.
but you didn't tell me about that you got ditched at the altar.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh,
guess is that ditched or is just being unsure? Is that this different?
it's like ditched is
They left.
she
Yeah,
never
they
came
yeah.
and just left with no explanation. You're sitting up there like, "Wait, where's my bride? What's going on?" Um, the if she came up to the
No,
altar
well,
and
she didn't come up to the altar.
and she goes,
We were waiting on her, but then it's like, "Where is she?" I don't know. And then I found her and then talked, and then I woke up. I was like, "Ugh, I'm not going back to that one."
"Okay, well,
Yeah,
uh,
so I
okay."
can speak of experience.
You could speak of experience of being
Ditched at the
left at the altar in your
yeah,
dreams
yeah.
when you've
Because
never even been engaged or in a
I got
long-term
engaged
relationship.
in the dream.
Man, do you have, like, the whole relationship in your dream?
Yes.
Like,
All
you went from, like
2 days.
wait, whoa. 2 days?
I don't
You went you went from, like, finding this girl to dating her to
so we're
engaged
getting
to married
married,
in 2 days. I mean, I've heard of shotgun weddings before, but
but
this wasn't a shotgun wedding, was it?
no.
Okay. Oh my goodness. This is like a
Yeah.
roller coaster here. Just choo, 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 choo. And then and with you being
Yeah.
left at the altar. I
It's rough.
wow.
Just kidding.
I'm not sure what to think about this.
Dude, can we consider dreams as, like, real life experiences now?
Why?
To say if, like, what if you've been through something super traumatic in a dream and then something, "Well, it didn't really happen to you." Yes, it did. In my dream reality, it did.
I wish I had cameras going right now. The expression on my face combined with the expression on your face of your eye roll as you go, "Yes, it did."
Dad.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know what?
I got a PhD in my dreams.
Give it a year,
And that's gonna start happening.
and it's going to be the fact that, "Well, I had a dream about this, therefore it's traumatic and I can't do this anymore, and we can't talk about this ever."
Oh my
It's
gosh.
gonna be the thing.
Oh gosh, that would be terrible.
That's gonna be the thing.
We're predicting it here, folks.
Oh,
Has it
man.
actually been, like, at all, like, talked about or no?
No, but
Oh,
it's
okay.
crazy enough
It could
it's
be true.
crazy enough that I could see this happening now.
It could be true. I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
You know, like I said, give it a year. Give it a year, and we're gonna go from,
I'm just gonna get the ball rolling on it. Posting on social media that I had a dream about this and it's real.
and then everyone who, is actually traumatized is gonna yell at you and all that fun
Oh
stuff.
gosh, yeah. People have actually gone through hard
Yep.
issues. But
Alright.
I felt how you feel in my dream, so I understand.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll talk more about Aaron being left at the altar here shortly. Oh,
No.
boy. This is gonna be entertaining.
I actually don't have wax in my ears. I've always amazed the doctors when I was a kid. Nothing.
New fact about Josh: he never has had wax in his ears.
Head wax.
I mean, everybody's got some wax, but
You just said you don't.
I actually don't have wax in my ears.
You know, today we're actually close by. No wax in your I almost called him Johnson. Wow, a brewer. Sorry, I get the two of you confused at times still, and you two are basically married,
Yeah.
essentially.
Poor
He didn't leave you at the altar, did he?
I left him.
Oh, you left him. I see. So that's so you have double experience. You left him at the altar, and you got left at the altar. You've been the dumpy and the dumper.
Oh, man. So that dream was just karma.
Exactly. And then you got dumped by your family.
Yeah.
Okay, not literally, but
They dumped their responsibilities on me for
okay.
2.
I said, let's clarify. Their responsibilities are not their kids.
No, thankfully. Oh, goodness.
They have 4 of them, if I
Yes.
am looking at the pictures correctly on the wall behind you.
Yes.
So we're actually recording in a different location than normal because Aaron has to dog sit his sister's, as he calls it, responsibilities,
Yeah.
aka dogs.
The tough ones, you know.
Yes, the tough ones as we look over
And they're just licking themselves and laying in the sun.
Yep. And Aaron feels like he was left at the altar apparently because his family left him to take care of the dogs at the last minute. That was just that was just like a wild roller coaster of Aaron. Like, oh yeah, so the family decided to go to Kentucky, and it's like what? What's happening? What's going on? Huh?
Yeah, we
so
food. Yeah.
So that was Aaron's Thanksgiving apparently.
Yeah. No, yeah, we got here around lunchtime, a little after lunchtime, had food, watched football, chit-chatted, and then it was coming up to dessert time. Just had dessert. And then next thing I hear is, wanna go to Kentucky? And then the kids get all riled up and stuff like that and getting super hyped. And then my sister's just like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know what's going on. And then they left.
They left. All right. And they left you here at their house with their dogs.
Yeah, well, my mom was still here too.
Oh, your mom was here?
I took her home and then I came back.
Wait. You two left your dad alone at home?
Well, he came with.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know,
I was like, saying, wait a minute. You trust your dad at home alone? What's going on?
Whatever. No, he came with, and then at some point he ended up getting dropped off back at home. But yeah, so he came with, and he I don't understand the thought process of some of it. Well, I sort of do ish, but we had too many leftovers for them to put it in their stuff here.
And it's called a refrigerator.
Yeah, the refrigerator, and then so yeah, then they had me take it back to our house, which then the old man's like, I'm just gonna go home. Stomach's feeling weird. I was like,
okay.
Came back, had dessert, and then they went to Kentucky. And then I took mom home and then came back.
Oh, that's not that bad of a.
No, it was fun.
It made it sound like at first
we get here and they're like, oh, we're going to Kentucky.
No. What I was referring to is like it made it sound like you and your mom stayed the night here and left your dad at your house alone at first. That's what it sounded like.
Oh no.
That sounds like, wait, you left your dad alone? What?
Yeah, all night. Whatever.
Just
no. Mom went home last night.
Okay.
I brought her back home last night.
I was gonna say it's bad enough they trust you alone.
But
then to trust, your dad alone at home alone, and then I was just like, wait a minute, hold on, I'm confused. There's something going wrong here. That's considered no. That's a big no to leave your dad alone.
Who you ask?
And that'd be like leaving you alone in like 20 years. That's gonna be
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe 10.
You're going to be almost 50 at that point in 20 years.
Yeah, give it 10.
Hey, don't give it 10 because that means you'd only be no. That's like saying I should never have been alone.
No, yeah, well, you got a year.
I got a year. Why do I have a year? What?
I don't know, because then you're gonna be 40.
I'm gonna be 40 in like 6 months.
Yeah, give it a year.
Give it a year. Give it to 41 is what you're saying?
No, for 40 and a half.
40 and a half.
Because stuff just starts to slowly happen after you hit 40. So, yeah.
Oh no, things are gonna happen right at 40, which is gonna suck.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Why are you going? Oh, okay.
All the doctor visits and
yeah, thanks to my family, I get to start. This isn't on my Thanksgiving list, by the way. I get to start with colonoscopies at 40.
Yeah, I mean, so do I. So
I'm like, oh yay, joy. Can't wait to do that one.
Death.
I might have to torture you on that one. As you like, leave it on video call there the entire time.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding.
Aaron.
No, because I'll be drugged up.
Feel free to call.
You never know what you say when you're drugged up.
Exactly. Feel free to call.
All right. So you had okay. So you guys get together at lunch and football and then Kentucky.
Yeah.
Interesting. And what did you contribute to the wonderful Thanksgiving festivities besides your presence?
Oh shoot. I drove.
You drove. You didn't make any food? Your mom didn't have you make any food or have you help make food?
Oh, well, I mean, I helped her with some stuff in the preparation.
The preparation? What'd you prepare?
The food. I helped her with the turkey.
Oh, yeah. What'd you do for the turkey?
I lifted it.
All right.
No, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I didn't like do anything. Yeah. I mean, I helped put it in the oven, move it from the oven.
Let me ask this. Do you know how to cook a turkey?
You just throw it in the oven.
No, you don't. Do you know how to cook
Oh, heck no, dude. I've never
so you don't know how to cook like a meal, like a holiday meal of any sort?
I mean, you can throw stuff in the crock pot.
Yes, you can.
Made stuffing.
Oh wow, stuffing. Yep.
So good.
It depends on the stuffing recipe. I like my stuffing with raisins in it.
What?
That's the stuffing I grew up on.
Raisins.
Yeah, my grandma would make stuffing with raisins in it.
Raisins.
It was really good. I do not know the recipe, unfortunately. She would not share the recipe with anyone. So I don't know what it is, unfortunately. But that's okay.
Okay.
I'll live. But that being said, so...
Oh, we had to defrost the bird, because it was frozen.
So you learned how to defrost.
We did that. I mean, you just let it sit.
You just let it sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. One of these years,
yeah,
when your mom's like a little older,
yeah,
and your dad is a little older, why do you laugh?
He already is older.
I said a little older. So a little older than now, right?
Yeah.
Your mom's going to have to sit back and she's going to have to say, Aaron, I need you to cook the turkey this year. What are you going to do at that point?
I mean, YouTube, internet. What are the different ways of cooking the turkey?
Okay. So you defrost the turkey, right? Why are you going, oh, all of a sudden?
I mean, there was this one where this gal it was on the Food Channel. She like had some had butter and then some other stuff like mixed in with it. But was
it Julia Childs? Because butter.
No. It's some like morning food show. But she would butter like underneath the skin in the bird as well as the outside.
Right.
So yeah, she was like separating the skin inside of the bird and buttering it up in there and then yeah.
Okay.
It looked really good.
I was wondering if it was Julia Childs or not. Okay. So you have to defrost the turkey. Good. I'm glad you realize that. I'm glad you realize that.
And then I mean,
what's the next step after you defrost the turkey? What do you have to do once it's thawed out before you get it ready for cooking? What do you have to do?
I mean, at some point you have to preheat the oven.
Okay. outside the oven, what do you have to do to the actual turkey itself?
What do you have to do to the turkey itself?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to clean it.
Mm-hmm. Which includes?
What do you mean, which includes?
What do you have to remove from the turkey?
Like the gizzard, the insides,
the
internals. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes in a sack.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
Good. You know that.
Yes.
Okay, there's a lot of people I've met who I've talked to, especially
throw that all in
younger guys, especially who have no idea, never cooked or whatever, and they're like, "What is this? What do you mean you have to remove the entire?" And then they ended up cooking it with the bag of the stuff inside of it, not realizing it.
I guess that's kind of icky.
I'm glad you at least realized that. Good job.
But is there something after that that's important?
Well, you have to baste it. You have to monitor the temperature. You have to. And where do you
cook?
That's
in cooking it.
Yeah, and where do you cook? Where do you cook the stuffing?
Where do you cook the stuffing?
I
mean, we've always cooked it separate.
Interesting.
Yeah, we've never had it inside the bird. Yeah,
I've always cooked it inside
the bird.
Yep. But there are a lot of people that do it separate as well, especially like if someone has maybe a turkey allergy, which is rare, but it can happen. Or like maybe they need a specialty stuffing in addition to normal stuffing, so they'll cook a special. When I say specialty, like
it's separate of being
like gluten-free, maybe, or egg. I wasn't gonna say the name. Jeez. But yes.
Well, not all of them. Some of them.
Yeah.
It seems like it's a majority of them, though, isn't it?
It seems like it at times. Poor family at times.
Yeah, for real, though.
All right. So you did all that fun stuff. You went and
you
had that. Maybe next year your mom should task you with cooking the turkey.
Oh, jeez.
Or cooking one food item.
Yeah.
Or how about this? Next holiday meal, whatever that is.
Christmas.
Well, I don't know with their families. Sometimes people skip holidays.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Heck no.
Take it upon yourself, Aaron, to cook one of the sides. I didn't say cook the main entree.
Oh, a side.
Be like, Mother, what are you cooking and bringing? Let me cook the thing from scratch instead of you. Because she can be there to guide you and help you.
I know. Just the thing.
Yeah, what is that?
I'm going to bring the veggie tray.
I said cook, not peel and arrange it like a floral arrangement.
Okay, yeah. I don't even know what do you make for Christmas?
I don't know, like cheesy potatoes, homemade mac and cheese.
Cheesy potato. Yeah, we didn't have any cheesy potatoes.
You should have made them.
Oh.
Homemade mac and cheese is good one that you can.
I can do that, no problem. That one's easy.
Get used to making something.
I make mac and cheese all the time.
No, but I mean like for your family holiday things.
Heck no.
Even
they cook for me.
Wow, you are the youngest kid. You are like the stereotypical youngest kid. I don't know if you've ever seen those like skits on YouTube or whatever. Like there's a guy, he plays, the stereotypes of older, youngest, and middle kid in different scenarios.
Geez,
so like, going back to school, favoritism in the family, laziness, and all this other stuff. I'm like, you are the stereotypical youngest kid, period.
Well, thank you.
Just with that statement, they cook for me.
They cook for me, dang it.
I'm just going, yeah, that.
No, I like to help out.
Good. So help out. It's just
cooking. Though?
It's just a thought of learning how to, because I know you don't think about this all the time.
Someday I'm going to have to cook for myself.
Someday you're going to be on your own, no mother and father to feed you, and you're going to have to cook for yourself.
Good thing I like eggs.
I mean, eggs are good.
Dude, eggs are amazing.
But you need a variety of nutrients.
But that's what eggs are.
Eggs have a lot of nutrients, but you need more than just eggs. What do you get if
you add stuff in with the eggs?
Like what?
Vegetables.
Okay. And?
Whatever you want to, really.
How often do you eat fruits?
You can mix that with those.
I'm not saying you have to mix it with the eggs. I'm just saying, how often do you eat fruits?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, a few times a week.
Okay, so a few times a week. Okay, good. As I say, we're not going to have to get you trouble shot for scurvy or something like that, are we?
Scurvy? What?
That's that old disease that pirates would get when they didn't get enough vitamin C.
Oh, dude, I take that in a pill. That's fine.
You take that in a pill.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah.
Do you take what? Do you take vitamin D in a pill?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Why are you going good and laughing?
Well, I was trying to think of what the dosage is now, though. It's not as much as it used to be because I ran out of the container that I bought. Was it last year? Was it? I don't know. All I know is it's a lot lower.
No, so you have to take it like every day.
I take an everyday thing so far. I think, I suppose, yeah. I think it's only at 1,000 for the D.
For the vitamin D.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
I think 1 or 2. Oh.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're taking that because I know you and SAD really hit it off with each other like like abusive lovers.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
What am I talking about? When you go, yeah, I just came home and just fell asleep all day. Like,
that's all I really want to do now.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
Do you know the number of red flags that sets off in my head?
Probably a few.
A few?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Do you know the number of red flags that sets off for Robin when I was talking to her about that? She goes, "Oh, red flags." Me and her were both going, red flags, red flags, red flags.
Even Robin.
Yeah.
I totally didn't. I did think about that night, and I was like, shoot. I was like, because I remember waking up and then responding.
Yeah.
And I was just, I've been knocked out. I'm like, oh, they're all hanging out. I was like, I wonder. I was like, wonder what Robin's reaction would be.
Both me and her, red flags, especially when I was like, man, he's sleeping a lot.
Yeah. I like sleep.
And don't get me wrong.
It's so cozy.
I like sleep too.
In this cold,
but
nasty time.
But when you go, I just get home and go to sleep and do nothing. Hello.
Well, I don't do nothing. I'll come home, hang out for a little bit, do a couple little things, watch. As soon as I sit down and start watching YouTube or Crowder, I'm just like,
yeah, I get it. But again, that's how I go. Red flags. Yeah.
And then I go back to sleep.
So just know, sir. Just know this whole, whenever it gets to fallish time and winter time and early darkness, you especially after we off air and whatever talked about your SAD and that, it's like that's on my prayer list for you because that's something that I know can hit you like a truck at times, whether you see it or not. I can see it, and I'm just like, what the. And I know what full on depression's like, so I'm like, I don't not want that for anyone. So
yeah.
So this sounds weird, but no, you're on my watch list.
I don't know what to do. I got nowhere to run. No, yeah. The past couple of days have been better. I mean, they've also been nicer days, though.
Yeah,
and
funny.
I've also been doing nothing, though. Well, I'm sorry. Haven't had to work.
Yeah, funny how those two correspond with one another.
I did take the bike out the other day.
Oh, look at you.
Heck yeah.
Put it back on the insurance for a minute.
Oh, I haven't taken it off yet.
Oh, okay.
Now I gotta clean it. Them salty roads.
Oh man, adding to your salty level.
I was just thinking about that for like what I was just thinking of all the dishes for Thanksgiving. I was just wondering how salty all that stuff is.
It's amazing. Speaking of salt,
Yeah.
and all that, right? So yesterday I went to their place in Lake Geneva. We actually didn't start Thanksgiving dinner till like 5-ish.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
So it was a later day, which was fine.
Yeah.
But anyways, when I went, I was asked to bring chili. Cool. I got a bunch of chili left over at home, actually, still.
Nice.
Bunch of chili. But as I'm making it, you know what? One ingredient I didn't use at all at first.
Salt?
Salt.
Really?
Okay. Not
a bad thing.
Didn't even use any at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tasted it. I'm like, something's off.
Oh, so you did put salt in it.
The heat was there. The other flavors were there, but there was just something that wasn't bringing it all together. So it's like, Then I was going through my list and I was like, oh, I forgot to put salt. So I got out my salt grinder because I have a salt grinder. I'm fancy like that. Yeah, I know. I'm one of those people, huh? Oh, the recipe goes, use only kosher salt. I was like, no, it doesn't have to be kosher salt. This isn't going to a Jewish family. It can, I don't know, because they wanted kosher salt. No. I was like, this isn't going to a Jewish family, so
we're fine.
I'm fine. There's no egg or flour in it, so we're fine there. As just like it's meat, beans, spices, and tomato sauce and chopped up tomatoes. Like we're good. Oh,
good to go.
An onion.
An onion.
And so like I said, I tasted it and I was like, man, it's just missing something. So I put in a teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
Into a 6-quart pressure cooker.
Whoa.
A teaspoon into 6 quarts.
Wow.
Pressure cooker. Instantly, all the difference in flavor.
Just a teaspoon.
It tastes, once I mixed it in and let it like sit for a couple minutes just to kind of get in there, instantly better. I'm not even talking like, just a little bit better. Like it was a night and day difference on the flavor. Wow. Just that little bit of salt. And that is the function of salt. Outside of the preservation factor when it used to be used to preserve foods and that.
Yeah.
It's used to provide a bunch of flavor. It's used to make it things that maybe wouldn't be palatable in a way. It enhances all the flavors. What?
Got another thing, just speaking of salt. You can finish that.
Okay. Okay. Don't lose it because you've done that before.
I won't lose this one.
But it got me to thinking a little bit because it talks about in the Bible we're the salt of the earth. We're the light of the world, and we're supposed to be the light on the city on the hill, type of thing. And it's just that little bit of salt in food makes all that difference. Imagine just a little bit of salt in the lives of people and the difference it makes. And in the Bible it talks about in other ways, like if a salt loses its saltiness, how does it become salty again? And you're just in there going, wait, what? Huh? That doesn't make sense.
How does salt lose its saltiness?
But that's if you're trying to take it literally. I look at it almost like if a Christian loses their spark, how do you get that back? How do you get them back towards that path of salvation where they're following God again with all their heart? Where they're being influential, not necessarily like as an influencer on YouTube or anything like that, but maybe as someone who is influencing people in their local community in that.
Well, I was saying, just think of your day-to-day stuff. I mean, it doesn't have to be a whole grand thing where it's,
You don't have to
YouTube influencer.
You don't have to move to LA to be a big one.
Just in your own day-to-day life, places you go.
Yeah. So that all got me thinking down that whole rabbit trail yesterday while I was cooking and everything. I was like, interesting.
That's really cool. I would say probably a good place to start is reading the Bible, I suppose.
Well, of course. That's like Bible 101 right there.
Yeah. It's the best I got for you.
Wow, that's the best you got for me. I can't wait.
Sorry.
The rest was going to just sound so great now. No, but you had something else.
No, gosh, a totally different route.
A different route?
Yeah.
Gee, you never would have guessed that one.
One of my nephews.
Oh boy.
Came home with me when I was taking stuff back home. And like he claimed, I mean, he does like hot, spicy stuff or whatever. Okay. He always bugs me about trying this what's it called? The End hot sauce.
The End hot sauce.
Yeah. He always bugs me about trying it. Well, supposedly he's had it before. And it's the Flatline edition. He says he's had it before, no biggie, whatever. I'm like, okay. So he's insistent on trying it again. Put like an eye drop amount on a chip, ate it, and he was being all proud, like, no reaction, no problem whatsoever. Seconds later, he had streams coming down from his eyes, crying. Face was red. He was hurting. And he took salt and just started pouring that in his mouth. And I was like, I've never heard of using salt as a way to kill the heat before.
I haven't either.
I was just trying to think about that. I was like, how does that actually help if it does? Because he grabbed, half and half, and then we had a glass of milk and then some croutons and
milk I've heard about.
Yeah, milk, milk and bread. And then I guess if you're old enough, beer, but
yeah,
sort of help. Beer's I don't think beers is as good, but he grabbed salt and started, shaking in his mouth and stuff. And I was like, that's gotta taste awful.
Yeah, just salt alone is it just tastes disgusting. I mean, that's why people don't like opening their mouths like in the ocean, salt water.
So I don't mind that.
You don't mind that?
I don't mind the taste of it. Like whenever it would, I remember having to gargle salt water if it had like a sore throat.
Gargling salt water is one thing,
but I liked the taste of it though.
Okay, so because you mentioned this hot sauce, so I had to look it up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many Scoville units this is?
That's what I was just looking up. I don't, but it's a lot.
7 million Scoville units. Okay.
Yeah.
It's made with peppers that normally have 1 to 2.2 million Scoville. What is a jalapeno on the Scoville unit?
Very low.
Just take a guess.
I mean, it's in the thousands.
2,500 to 8,000, depending on the pepper. That's a jalapeno. So if a jalapeno was too hot for you, this would be.
Oh no, yeah, he loves he enjoys the stuff Dad makes, and stuff. So he
got those genes from your dad's side.
Yeah, but then so he tried that, and he's just like, oh, I've had it before. It's no big deal at all. I'm like, okay, here you go. He found out real quick.
I look at it this way. For someone like my mother,
oh jeez,
where black pepper is too much for her at times,
you would probably be looking at
a bottle
headstones at that point.
A bottle that's only $25.
Yeah, it's not much. It's a small bottle.
Yeah.
Though. So I mean, it's expensive for the size of the bottle you get, but
if I had to give you 2 things right now,
2,
okay, off the top of your head, would you say jalapenos or black peppers are spicier?
I mean, I'd imagine jalapenos are, but I could be surprisingly wrong.
I'm surprisingly wrong too.
Black peppers?
10,000 to 30,000 Scoville for black pepper.
Wow.
So
But
it's actually spicier than jalapeno. Considerably.
That's so wait, but that like the stuff like pepper.
Yeah.
Like salt and pepper. But that's what's in pepper?
Yeah.
But that's never been spicy.
It doesn't seem it. Yeah. Probably because it blends in so well with the rest of the food flavoring.
That's
Also,
so
when we're getting
weird.
pepper,
I mean,
don't forget we're getting dried flakes.
right. It's not
We're not getting the oils and all that. That's where the heat is.
Yeah.
Like on a jalapeno, you're getting the heat from the oils in that.
Right.
This is
That's just dried up
yeah.
flavor.
But a black pepper itself has 10,000 and 30,000 Scoville units.
Wow. Oh.
So now I got to say,
what does a black pepper look like?
I got to say sorry to my mother.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Mom.
I guess I have to use only jalapenos now. All right. So anything else you do fun for Thanksgiving, or anything else that Thanksgiving brought up in your mind?
I was thinking the other night about the whole Black Friday stuff. I didn't realize that's been a thing for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Like I thought it was something that started sometime before I went to high school.
Oh, jeez. No.
Yeah, I didn't realize has been a thing for forever ago. Like even back when my mom was younger.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I got to thinking about the whole because like you'll hear people like, I can't believe people go out Black Friday shopping day after we're just being thankful for stuff.
Well, my family, my aunts don't even wait till the day after. They start camping out on
the day of
Thanksgiving night.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking about that. I was like, just because you're out shopping doesn't mean you're not thankful, does it? Like I get that's where I guess like I get where people come from with that, where it's just like, oh, you just have to go out and buy more stuff. But I mean, it's like I'm starting to understand the side of like being more okay with people going out and doing that. Now, to the degree on which they do it, maybe is not good. But like, I don't know. I guess I don't see anything like super bad about going if you were planning on getting something and now it's cheaper on that day because it's the big sale day. It's like, okay, whatever, go get it. You're not going to spend as much money that way.
And that used to be true before internet shopping.
Oh yeah. Now and then there's Cyber Monday that comes up.
Well, not even Cyber Monday. Like, okay,
just in general though.
The Black Friday stuff, right? Most of the stuff I could go on the app for that particular store.
It's already on sale.
And I could just hit, okay, I'll pick up later today. I was talking last night at Thanksgiving dinner with Jonah. And he doesn't work at Best Buy anymore, but he said when he worked at Best Buy last year for Black Friday, he said majority of his day was just taking deliveries out to cars as they pulled up.
Which is good.
Yeah, but it's good. But, that's how many people are just using the app just to purchase what they wanted for Black Friday. And then they just pull up and Jonah had to then wheel it out from the store to their car and load it into their car for them.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's how Black Friday has become. Black Friday and
which in that case is
Monday
better.
Yeah.
Instead of raiding the stores and actually physically fighting for stuff.
Oh, I know. We were talking last night at dinner.
Yeah.
And one person was saying they went to California one year and they were there with their friends and they're like, oh yeah, let's do Black Friday shopping just for the fun of it. They weren't going for anything particular.
They're just going out for the experience what it's like.
And she's like, I have never seen so many people throw fists in a store. And I'm just there going, I believe it. I believe it. People can get ugly. You always see those stories of like the person being trampled.
Oh yeah.
The fights that break out over the last TV or the last whatever, the last big, whatever I don't even know what the popular toy is this year. That everyone has
Hot
to get
Wheels.
No, that's no one's popular toy except yours.
Not true. Not true. But yeah, I don't know. Like I was just kind of going back and forth about that in my head. I was like, should people be so excited to go out Black Friday shopping after you have Thanksgiving and stuff? Like, does that negate the fact that you're thankful for stuff and whatnot if you're just going out to buy more? I was like, I mean, no. I guess as a way of being contempt, then I guess, well, maybe. I suppose I wonder what the majority of people that go out for Black Friday shopping are doing it for, but
all I know is I do not go out Black Friday shopping,
yeah.
and I try to avoid the stores at all costs on Friday after Thanksgiving.
Oh, after Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah. So do you know how Black Friday started?
No.
Okay. I was just curious if you knew that or not. It started in the 1950s in Philadelphia.
Brotherly love.
Well, so what it was is what and you probably don't know this.
Nope.
I don't know if it's still the current thing now. It probably is, but the Army-Navy football game was held on the Saturday after Thanksgiving
Okay.
every year. The Friday after Thanksgiving, people would come into town, in waves, and a lot of people would come into town. So much so the police couldn't take off. They had to be directing traffic, blah, blah, blah. Well, in the 60s, then the stores going, like when I say 60s, like 61, stores started going, oh, we get this flux of people every Friday. Let's
open up.
Let's do some specials. Let's do some things. Right. And they actually tried to change the name of Black Friday to Big Friday in 61. They're like, oh, it's a big thing, blah, blah, blah. Didn't stick, obviously.
Lame. Yeah.
But it wasn't until the 1980s that it was fully like Black Friday shopping. So it was still pretty regional, only to Philadelphia. It didn't take till the 80s till it was like more widespread.
Interesting. That's kind of weird. So it was never like, it was never a sales.
Yeah, they latched onto it, in the Philadelphia area at least. Like, hey, we can do a lot of sales on because of all these people coming in, but it wasn't like nationwide until then.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah. Now that being said, when and this is probably going to be for older people. When I say older people, like your parents, my mom, when they think of Black Friday, there's also another word that comes up with Black Friday. Another connotation with that from the 1869. What happened then? Do you know your history?
Heck no.
Okay.
I mean, there's probably a cool car that came out.
Not what they're referencing.
Yeah, no, I figured. Well, yeah, 1969.
1869.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. See, never mind. 1869. Yeah, okay, definitely not.
It was the crash of the U.S. gold market on September 24th, 1869. That was where originally the term Black Friday came from.
Wow.
So because it was a Friday, obviously. And so they call it Black Friday when the gold market just crashed. Which made me, it's funny in a way because, the gold market crashed, because, okay, maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you'll surprise me.
No.
What is the current U.S. currency, the dollar bill? What is that backed by now?
Was it backed by? It's backed by gold.
No, that actually used to be the case way back when.
What is it?
The
now?
United
Is it silver?
No.
Wait. What's it backed by?
Yeah, what's it backed by?
Bitcoin. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's a whole other conversation. You want to have that
one? The FTX or whatever.
Oh.
Jeez Louise. No, I have no. I don't know.
It's backed by the goodwill and faith of the U.S. government.
Goodwill.
That's what the dollar is backed by now. It used to be backed by gold. In other words, in order to print the dollar, they'd have to have the gold in the reserve to be able to print it. The money.
Where would the gold go to?
You always heard like Fort Knox and all that.
Yeah.
Any place that the Treasury would store stuff. So we used to be on the gold standard, and now
it's the government standard.
Yeah. That's why, like, during the 2020, 2021, with all this COVID stuff, the government was just able to print a ton of money.
Destroy the value of
exactly.
money.
That's how you get inflation, because there's nothing backing it except the goodwill and faith that people put into it and put into the government.
That's dangerous. What the heck? That's funny. I didn't actually realize it was backed by gold.
At one point it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
We should go back to that.
There are people who say that.
I mean, could we even though?
We would have to call in all the money. We don't have enough gold to cover all the money in circulation right now.
We can't. Otherwise, if we did, we wouldn't be in debt.
So we went off.
Right.
We went off the gold standard in 1933. Because back then, you could pay your debts in currency or gold. Like if you had enough gold. Because remember, we had the gold rush out west.
I mean, you could still pay your debts off in gold today.
You just have to trade it in first.
Right. You have to have it.
Exactly. And that's only because we put value in. Again, it's one of those things of we put it in the value into gold. We make gold this precious metal.
Mm-hmm.
Next year it could be lead, where lead is the precious metal, not gold.
Right.
But to be fair, gold does have many uses as well. So that's why it's a precious metal. It's used in electronics and all this other stuff.
That's crazy to see how much it is used in. Man, wow.
Welcome inflation. Happy Thanksgiving on that one.
Yeah. I would be really thankful if I got some gold in my life.
We'll get to what you're thankful for in a minute here. Anything else about
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay. I didn't know if you had anything else that was sitting there rattling around in your head that was
about
going to
Thanksgiving?
that was going to entertain, let's say.
Oh, geez.
Because I could see the entertainment value coming from some of the stuff there.
No, dude.
Okay.
Thanksgiving has been, I don't know. Yeah, it's been different.
Why was it different?
It gets smaller every year.
What do you mean get smaller every year?
Like the group that gets together, kind of thing.
Like your family group? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got ditched by my aunt and uncle.
Oh.
They were supposed to come. They're like, no, we're just going to our cabin up north.
Oh, okay. You got to realize your family.
All my cousins are off with their spouses' families.
That's because, they're doing this thing called marriage.
Gross. I'm kidding.
I want to throw something at you, but
no. Yeah, no. That's. Well, I mean, I guess I would say ever since, since Rona hit, just the holidays are just a little more dead.
Yeah.
Than they used to be.
I don't know. That might be the worst terminology to use, but
I guess it's not as.
Well, no, because I'm thinking of there are a lot more people dead because of the corona.
There are less people here now. Correct.
Mm-hmm. But I was like, that's not what he's meaning. He's not meaning dead like that. It's not like you got Uncle Jeremy over here as a skeleton in the corner. You
got
mean
a picture of him with his ashes in a bowl.
You mean dead like less people attending?
Yeah,
I think
there's not as much build up or hype around them anymore though either.
Well,
it's just okay.
we had a year to 2 years, 20 and 21, right? Mm-hmm. Really of don't get together as family because you're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Right. And I see people even now making fun of, but I wonder, in the future, if we're going to see people who were maybe kids during this whole time frame, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they grow up and they go, oh, he's maskless, run!
Jeez.
Because you see adults like that.
Yeah.
I still see at my apartment complex, I still see people get out of their cars still wearing masks. They were wearing them while they were alone. Driving.
Vehicle.
But they were driving alone.
But think of all of the, stuff that comes in through their AC.
I don't know. Like me, I have mine on closed circulation whenever I'm in the car.
Oh, okay.
Just because just because.
So you don't get the Rona, duh.
No, not
You're
because
driving a big mask.
No, that's
Okay.
not why at all. And plus, the air filter on my car is not going to be advanced enough to be able to filter that stuff out. No, because where I live, I will occasionally drive over a dead skunk.
Oh, so it's a good smell.
I hate that smell with a passion. My mom thinks it's an aphrodisiac.
An aphrodisiac? Wait, what?
Another terminology you do not know.
I know I've heard that, but I'm like, wait, what? It's a what?
Oysters are an aphrodisiac, they say.
What does it mean? An aphrodisiac.
What are some other things? Chocolate, figs, strawberries, artichokes, asparagus, watermelon. No?
No. No. What is that?
An aphrodisiac is a food or a smell, right, that they say there's no like scientific fact that it does, and everyone's gonna be a little different. So if you whenever you get married, notice I said when, not if. Whenever you get married, yeah, okay, fine, whatever. I'm not gonna try to fight you on this one right now. Aphrodisiacs are those scents or smells that they say put someone in a Morris good mood. They say arouses them essentially.
Skunks?
Yeah, my mom really gets into that smell.
Ugh.
Yeah, aphrodisiacs named after the Greek goddess of love, Aphrodite. Are foods said to spike your sexual desire.
That makes sense. Okay. Wow.
Yep, skunk is one of those for my mother.
I never... Asparagus?
Yep.
I would rather smell a skunk than asparagus. Oh my... Ugh. I do not like asparagus.
Again, it's going to be, up to...
different for other people. Because
like oysters. Like, okay, I like seafood, but I'm not an oyster fan.
I couldn't...
Definitely not a Rocky Mountain oyster fan.
More of a Rocky Mountain high kind of person.
I wish a head shake could translate into audio because that is what's happening right now.
I mean, skunk smells not so bad. It's not. That's funny because that is a smell I used to really dislike, but as time has gone on, it's like it's not bad.
What, skunk smell?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! You're my mother.
No, it doesn't get me. No, I just don't think it's a bad smell.
Just give it a few years for it to age on you more.
Oh gosh, no! Don't say
you're going to be you and Josh are both the male version of my mother now. Wow, this is why I'm friends with you two. Apparently, you remind me of my mother.
That's so weird. No, it's not a bad one, though. It's not as bad as it used to be. I don't know, but
wow, that's why I drive with my air ventilation and circulation mode. Just
so you don't get the skunk smell.
Yeah, definitely not a fan of that.
I mean, I guess I've just become used to it at concerts, so it's like, whatever.
Okay, I get that.
Granted, it is a little different.
Yes,
but it's all still pretty similar, though.
Yep.
So I've become accustomed to it.
Have you now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, Thanksgiving's dead. You know what? I wonder, is it just from me getting older?
Yes. No, I don't know what.
Well, I guess like the whole thing where it's just like, it's just not. Well, I guess, well, yeah. Let's say losing the excitement to some degree is probably because I'm just older.
Yeah.
To some degree. But it really does seem like it's just like, it's so much more nonchalant thrown together now. And in the past, it seemed like there was more planning and more prepping and just more. to it than there is now.
Well, you got to remember, as a kid, like, it was a big ordeal getting together with the family and,
Oh yeah.
doing all this, seeing your mom prep all the food, although you still watch her prep
Although
all the food.
I help.
You lift.
Yeah.
Do you lift with your legs or your back?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, I get that where it just seems a lot more hard down. I know I had that kind of inflection point as well around my 30s. You're still a few years away from that, but around my 30s, that's why I started having that inflection point as well. And now in my 40s, as I approach that in 6 months, I look at it more as
now I have to make stuff for this.
No, I look at it more as it's a time to get together with those I want to get together with.
Not that you have to. Yeah.
Yes. I got an invite to go to my cousin's house from my aunt, not her mother, by the way, which was weird. I was like, wait, I'm being invited to my cousin's by my other aunt who's not her mother. Wait, what? Whatever. And they're like, oh, yeah, you can bring Xena and all that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go there because my cousin's son, whatever that is in relation to me, whatever, don't care. My cousin's son doesn't understand the concept of you don't pull a dog's tail.
Oh.
Kid's like 5. And you can't, and doesn't understand no when you tell him not to pull the dog's tail. And I'm just glad when I had Xena there on the 4th of July at my other aunt's house that it wasn't Xena that the kid was pulling the tail of, because
could have been ugly.
Oh, it would have been ugly from me.
Yeah.
Because I don't care about telling the kid no and slapping their hand away from my dog.
Oh, so
I will do it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. The family or whoever wouldn't take too kindly to that.
No, they'll be like, but you're slapping my kid. But like, your kid is hurting my dog. My dog is more important. Go away. That's in jest.
Yes.
That's in jest that the dog's more, well, kind of in jest, a little bit in jest. Maybe, no, not really. To me, the dog is more important, but I understand the value of human life compared to dog life. I understand that. But
it's also, I mean, if the kid's doing that and then sets Xena off,
Xena's going to be the one killed because of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because,
they'll put her down.
Yes. Yeah. But then also that kid could have a very nasty few minutes of getting
a 70-pound dog versus a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That dog's going to take him out. So.
And I've never seen Xena take anyone out yet.
Yeah.
Only seen her get close. She's gotten close one time where I thought she was going to attack.
Oh, the black pole thing? Or no?
No. I thought she was going to attack my mother.
Oh.
A couple weekends ago.
Oh.
When she started yelling at me in front of Xena. And just that look on her face, just like watching, waiting for my reaction to see how I was going to react.
Yeah.
Because if I would have reacted a certain way, it would have been her going at my mother. And then I would have been without a
dog mode.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that in her start to surface, that inner desire to want to protect what is her owner.
Mm-hmm.
She recognizes real easily that I'm her owner because I'll be at my mom's, wherever. My mom will be like, get off the couch, get off the couch, get off the couch. Xena just looks at her like, what? I don't care. I say, Xena, I don't even have to snap my fingers, but I'll snap my fingers sometimes. And she immediately gets up, looks at me, jumps off the couch, and is just like, okay, what are we doing? Or like to coincide from outside, I'll be like, Xena, go inside. She'll stop whatever she's doing, come, run, go inside. My mom, she's sitting there pulling on the chain. Come inside, please come inside.
No.
What?
I'm sure she would definitely be able to tell by like the tone of like interaction or whatever. But like if you and I were hanging out and Xena was around and we were just messing around and like I would like to hit you in the shoulder or whatever, I was like, oh, would that set her off? But again, I would imagine if it would depend on what is the tone
dogs
like around.
Yeah, dogs are a lot smarter than we give them credit for.
I'd say no.
No, they are, because they pick up on they can easily pick up on like how their owners are feeling.
Yeah.
So if she notices like I don't care, like it's a playful thing or whatever,
Right.
she probably would just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Good. But if my mom did that and like if she would have done something like that in that moment when I was feeling tense and stressed.
Oh, it'd have been, you're causing issues.
Yep. It would have been like, well, guess what? I gotta take her to the ER. I was gonna say her 5-pound dog. No. Her 5-pound dog could not do anything because wait, that dog has no teeth.
Yeah, does it have claws though?
Yes.
Just scratched her.
Yeah, except like one Xena nails
No,
like
I know.
my mom's dog's entire paw
Yeah.
is just one of Xena's nails. It's wonderful. But because watching her dig up my mom's yard is just entertaining because it's like one paw just scoops everything up.
Oh, for Xena? Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed my sister's dog Daly digging in the back a little bit. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
Makes a mess.
Twisted ankles everywhere. Cool.
Yeah. Oh geez. Your mom doesn't walk around that, does she?
Yeah.
Oof.
But Xena tends to dig along the side of the yard, not in the middle. So unless she's chasing something, and all bets are off. But regardless of the fact.
Right.
So yeah.
Man.
Yeah, for me, as far as Thanksgiving goes, that was just a lot of laid backness. When I say laid backness, like I put the chili in at like 7.
Mm-hmm.
Did all my prep and everything, got it all in the pressure cooker by 7. Pressure cooked it for 20 minutes and then slow cooked it the rest of the day until I left. It's like so simple, the chili.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do the rest of the day, I just sat around playing video games because I needed a lazy day. And I dug out my Switch and I'm using my Switch.
The Switch.
Yep.
I forgot about that. I
And
don't have one.
You don't have one?
No, it's Josh and Amy's now.
Okay.
So I guess I still do.
Yeah. And so I'm playing a game on there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it is. I don't care. I'm a nerd. I don't care. Why are you going?
So why would you be nervous to say what game you're playing?
Oh, I'm not nervous at all. I don't care.
Good. Oh, I think you are since you had to address that.
Okay, what game do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know. I was just was it Final Fantasy? No, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy on that little thing.
It has the original version of Final Fantasy 7 on it.
Yeah, okay.
The original version. I do own that on the Switch.
On the Switch?
Yeah. I do own that, but that's not what I was playing.
What were you playing?
It was a recent release game, Nintendo exclusive. When I say recent release, I'm talking came out last Friday.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna see if you can guess this first.
I have no idea.
Just think. Take a guess.
I don't know. Only Nintendo?
It's a Nintendo exclusive game. It's a Switch exclusive. It used to be Game Boy exclusive back when the Game Boys started back on the original Game Boy. The first console version of the game, which isn't considered a mainline version of it, it's considered a spin-off game, was on the GameCube. No, I take that back. There was an N64 game. There was 2 N64 games that were considered spin-offs, but they weren't considered mainlines.
That's not a Nintendo exclusive though.
What?
I was thinking Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, that was originally a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, that was
I had been playing that on my Xbox randomly. That comes with Game Pass.
Oh, nice. I don't know. What is it?
I'll give you the color: scarlet or violet. There's 2 versions of the same game.
What, Pokemon?
Yep. Pokemon Violet.
That's a Nintendo exclusive?
Oh yeah. It's only on the Game Boy. The main lines were only on the Game Boys until the Switch, and then they moved to Switch. The N64 games and the GameCube games are not considered mainline canon.
Whoa, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's not.
And
wow.
Pokemon Go is not considered mainline, but that's on the phones, but that's the whole other thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow. Nerd.
I know. I am perfectly fine with that.
I'm kidding.
I was like, yeah, I was like, I haven't played one of these in a while, so I was like, I'll get it.
I've never played. I don't know. I'd take that back. I think I've messed around with one for like maybe 20 minutes, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah. So like the older ones, they were very like you go point A to point B, point A to point B, point A to point B. Now it's an open world.
Oh wow, okay.
And where it's like, oh, you go from here to here, then you get there and you're like, oh, I just got my teeth smashed in because
wasn't ready for this.
Yeah, because they don't scale the stuff to you. So if you go somewhere,
you go to fight what's there.
Yep. And so it's like, oh look, my level 5 team, level 50, and I just got my face smacked in. But yeah,
DED.
So I just spent time relaxing on the couch playing the Switch, and and it's weird because there's so many performance issues with this game, but it works better in handheld mode than in docked mode, which is completely opposite of every other game. Every other game in the world works better in docked mode instead of handheld mode. I don't even have a dock anymore anyway, so
it's gone.
That was thanks to Porthos.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's like, yay. But yeah, so I did that until it was time to leave, then dropped Xena off at my mother's, and then
went to
Lake Geneva. And,
that sounds nice.
Went out there and had dinner, relaxed, heard interesting stories about people learning about cars and driving for their first times.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And just I sat there and shook my head and I was like, oh, I can't believe this.
So I mean, granted, this is when I was really young. I used to like not realize you needed to put gas in cars.
Yeah, but like what? When you're 5, 6? When you're saying really young?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is someone who has a driver's license.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Slightly different.
Very different.
Slightly different.
That made me sad when I realized you actually had to pay more money to keep it running. I was like, you can't just buy it and go.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No.
Trust me, the life would be so much simpler if that was the case, because my budget would free up so much. I can imagine
more money saved.
I can imagine your budget would free up so much.
Dude, well, with gas being at, it was like $3.15 when I filled up last.
And when did you last fill up?
It was earlier this week.
Okay.
So recently, but I think it was like $105 to fill up the truck.
Yeah. And how many gallons is that?
32.
32.
Which normally when it was really bad, I was getting stopped at $125 and not even hitting 30 gallons. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, so drove out to Lake Geneva, had the dinner there. So many desserts. Many desserts.
I can imagine.
We had pumpkin pie.
Yeah, what was your favorite dessert? And which
well, I only had the apple pie because I love apple pie. I'm not a pumpkin person. But we had like pumpkin pie, pumpkin cupcakes. They had now, and I get it, and they did this on purpose. We had duplicates of some desserts because gluten-free type things. I think even one was gluten-free, egg-free, wheat-free, whatever. I don't know. It was just, it was the one for the people who are most sensitive sitting over here. So, we had duplicates of some desserts just because of that, and like duplicates of stuffing because of that as well. But yeah, I was like, I'm just going to stick with the apple pie because apple pie is great. And I realized halfway through the meal, again, because we had, little name cards of where we're supposed to sit, blah, blah, blah. I actually got to sit at the adult table. Woohoo.
So it was a good time when you graduate to that level.
I was like, if I would have been placed at the kids' table, I would have been a little sad. As I walk into the place, though, there, Heather's sister's kids, because they were there too. They go, Chili Man.
Chili Man.
Because remember last year I brought the chili and it was way over spiced.
Too hot.
And your dad was like, "Oh, could use some more spice still." Yeah, whatever. But last year they made it as a competition of who could eat the most chili. And I told him, I walked in, I was like, "It is not that spicy this year. It is amazing." And this is true in life on things, but it's amazing how much spiciness the the spices lose in 1 year. Even when stored properly in a cool, dark place, sealed and everything.
Oh, so you had like leftover.
I had
Okay.
leftover. Well, okay. When you buy spices, right? You don't buy just enough for what you need for that year. Like it comes in a container and it's gonna,
No, not for that year. I just get it for that or that batch.
well, no. So the peppers, I didn't do like pepper. I did like powdered pepper. I did powdered habanero pepper.
Oh, okay.
You know, as long with all the other spices, I use like Caribbean jerk and all
Mhm.
that stuff.
You've got powder forms of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But over 1 year, it lost so much potency.
Wait, did you do the same amount?
Yes.
Hmm.
And it was nowhere near as spicy.
Weird. Wow.
It lost that much potency over 1 year. And I know it lost potency because I accidentally got some up my nose
Oh, jeez.
of pure habanero powder.
That's a true test right there. Woo.
It was one of those things of like, I was working with the powder
Mm-hmm.
and not thinking my nose was itchy. And I was like, okay, I'm done mixing in the food. I hadn't washed my hands yet. So I went up to, itch my nose.
Habanero powder.
And it went right in the nose. And I'm just sort of going, oh no, because I know what's coming next. But it never came.
Wow. That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it got me thinking. I was like, man, over the course of just a year of inactivity, of not use,
It's just,
it atrophied.
yeah.
It's the same with humans. You don't move or you don't do anything for a time, you just atrophy.
Yeah.
That's why like people who go into like comas and that, they have to spend months doing rehab when they get out to be able to like walk and get their muscle strength back. Because as they lay there in bed, their muscles just wither. They don't do anything and they get weak and shrivel away. And same so the spices, they just shrink and shrivel in their spiciness.
You're getting so close to real life in this stuff, man.
Well, that's what I said.
That's so funny.
It got me to thinking about that sort of
yeah.
stuff. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about the saltiness. I was thinking about
Wow. And I'm over here just laughing at my nephew from crying from eating hot sauce. That was way too much for him.
Tell him next time take a bath in it.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was one thing he was saying. He's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I didn't get any in my eye or anything." Or I was like, "Well, you literally just had to drop on the chip, and the whole chip went in your mouth.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about powder getting on your hands and
yeah,
it's like you didn't handle it." But
did I ever show you that meme? It was like when someone talks about Christmas before Thanksgiving, someone's like putting Tabasco sauce in their eye.
Jeez.
I didn't show you that one. I showed you the one about Mariah Carey, though, right?
You probably have.
You know the Mariah Carey song, All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh.
Because one of your favorite artists covered
well aware. Yeah.
Okay. This will ruin forever the song for anyone. It's entitled The Mariah Will Wake Soon. Mariah points a claw at another innocent victim. All I want for Christmas is you. We look away. The screaming eventually ceases and is replaced by the sound of bones crunching. We can sleep easy. The Mariah has fed for now.
Why did somebody make that? Who in their right mind?
I like that person's mind. So now when you hear All I Want for Christmas Is You again.
I'm going to think of getting murdered. And
not murdered. Yeah, eaten by Mariah. Ugh. You have fed the Mariah for now.
No, I'm not going to listen to her version ever again. Well, I won't have a choice if it's on the...
You'll have to listen to the ABR version.
That's okay. That I'm okay with. But I'll hear her version in stores, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Now, especially since it's after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Stores will start doing it. Now it's acceptable where I won't bash you in the head with a hammer if you start listening to Christmas music because it's after Thanksgiving. Before Thanksgiving, no. Sorry, that doesn't work. That doesn't fly with me.
I started listening to Christmas ABR several weeks ago.
Yeah, no. Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah.
That's a hard no.
But decorating outdoor stuff.
As long as you don't light it up, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that because then you're not sliding around on the ice and that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're down south, then no, because you have no excuse.
You have no excuse.
You have no excuse.
But
yes, so everyone's going to be decorating for Thanksgiving now, and I'm like, fine, whatever. What?
Have you, I guess, over the years,
become more of a curmudgeon? Yes.
Yeah. Oh God, I know that one.
Tell me more.
No. Has the Thanksgiving get-togethers become better as you've gotten older, or no?
Here's when they became better.
Yeah.
When I started picking who I wanted to celebrate with, who I want to make my family.
Yeah.
And I stopped feeling obligated to go to family stuff because it's family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I say this with this caveat. Okay. I understand every family situation is different.
Mm-hmm.
With my family situation, it felt like going to a crazy house every time there's a family get together. I dreaded it.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously do not enjoy it. There are those times when I go and it's like, okay, fine, it's entertaining or it's okay at best.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's really going crazy. And now that I have Xena, I will take Xena with if I ever have to go to a family function. So I have an excuse to leave whenever because Xena.
Smart.
Okay. So truly haven't enjoyed it like since the teens. It was all, and that's also just me personality wise. I do not like large group events. Concerts are one thing, okay? Like concerts and like special events like that, where I know going in it's going to be a large group.
Right.
That's one thing. I can stand it. But like getting together with a large group of family members, like 30 plus people in one house, just not my cup of tea at all. I do not like large groups. I shut down in large groups, just my personality and all that. So when I finally started like, going to things and with people I actually like to be around, that was the big difference for me.
Yep.
It wasn't necessarily that I enjoyed it more or less as I got older. It was, I really didn't like it, but I enjoy it now that I choose who to be with. And to be frankly honest, I am perfectly content once in a while, not always, once in a while, being like, you know what? I can be just me and the dog for this holiday. That's fine. But at the same time, I realize and I know from personal experience, isolation is not the way to go. That only leads down to more danger down the road.
It's funny you say that because I was totally just going to jokingly say that as time's gone on, it's like for me, like it was, so obviously as a kid, a lot of fun for the most part.
Okay.
Somewhere in between like the last several years and being a little kid, it's just kind of like, eh. But now it's been getting better, I think, overall. Just because I guess it's different reasons on why it's more exciting now.
Why is it more exciting now?
I mean, I do just enjoy hanging out with the fam kind of thing. And like, I guess I'm at a point where it's like I'm an adult, quote unquote, now.
You better use large quote unquotes there.
Large?
Very large.
Very large?
You better look like Richard Nixon as he's getting on a plane.
Gosh, why? But
you actually know that reference?
No.
Oh,
I was like, wait, what?
The way you acted, it's like you knew the reference.
I'm sorry, no. Sorry.
Richard Nixon?
I know Richard Nixon.
Anytime he'd get on a plane, he'd like hold up the peace sign as he's like getting on.
Oh,
that's just like you better be like large quotes like Richard Nixon. Exactly.
But because it's like it's well, I don't know. It's been fun to, I guess, hang out with the adult group at family gatherings, and I guess I think I just enjoy hanging out with my sister and brother-in-law a lot more than I ever thought I would too. So that's always been a lot of fun. Which is so funny because it's like my brother-in-law and I guess in a sense you would say, do have a lot in common as far as, I mean, we enjoy guns. Him a lot more than I do. Well, at least he's just actually knowledgeable and has done a lot more with guns. I just enjoy shooting them. And he's a musical, and he has a Paried Smith. That's cool. And then I mean, he enjoys like some like metal stuff. I mean, he's more old school, like Metallica. He likes that a lot. But it's just like, I was like, and I never talk or hang out with this dude. So it's like, it's fun to get those times to hang out or
Wow.
whatever.
Your sister married her brother.
Just a lot better version. So no, yeah, it's so funny. So I don't know, like I enjoy that. I guess I just enjoy. I guess I do just enjoy spending time with the family now more
Yeah.
so than just going out and having, I don't know, just playing games and all this. I enjoy
Yeah.
the more laid back
Just-
time to connect and relax.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. I when I picked who to make my family, I
Right.
enjoyed it a whole lot more than
Yeah.
with
Well, that's
my
what I was
biological family.
I was thinking because there's like, I mean, there's the whole Friendsgiving thing where you just get together with the friends that you want to for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I was like, man, it's like, yeah, what if you literally just started getting together with people you actually wanted to get together with? Now, I do want to get together with my family. It's not that I don't.
No, I get it.
Like if you were to get together with all the other people that you'd really enjoy spending time with,
Yeah.
it'd probably be freaking awesome.
It's a lot better. It's a lot more relaxed. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more, you don't have to worry about crazy shenanigans happening.
Right. So
Like I didn't have to worry yesterday, at Thanksgiving dinner, like I didn't have to go, who's going to break out into a fist fight today?
Right.
That was never even a question that crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Where if I go to my biological families,
it's like, when's the fight starting?
Well, I have to go, okay, which uncle is going to fight which of my cousins? And who's the police going to take away?
Oh, man. Has it been that bad before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez.
I've told you about the wedding.
Yeah.
Right? Where they got into the fist fight brawl out in the parking lot. There was another time, it was just as bad at a Christmas party. Or it was on the front lawn. I was younger at that time too, so I couldn't do anything either. Like when I say younger, I'm like talking like 13, 14.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Couldn't really do anything at that point, but it was one uncle fighting another uncle on the front yard. They're both hammered, and I just sit there and go, okay, who's going to get into the yelling match now? Who's going to get into the fist fight? Who's going to get, I'm like, why? I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a holiday, just supposed to be relaxing, not okay.
On edge, and
I have to watch everything because I'm going to have to give testimony in court about someone.
What went down?
Yeah,
Ugh.
and they'll be like, "Well, I guess your cousin's going back to jail again."
Right? Jeez Louise, man.
Or have to deal with the family drama of, "Oh, don't talk about this around this person because we can't let this other person know about this because." It's like, I don't care. Just get past your drama, move on. Or, oh, don't tell your one aunt that her son is on his like sixth kid with his fifth baby mama. I'm like, I don't care. Move on with past your drama, people.
Don't tell me about that. Jeez.
I was like, just move on past your drama. Acknowledge all the kids. Don't be like trying to hide it and everything. Like, just move on. Yeah. So the baby mama drama, and all that fun stuff. I'm done with it. I do not want to deal with it. And that's when the Peterson's like, hey, you want to come for Thanksgiving or whatever? Like, yes, please. 100 times.
Thank
you. I will say yes until the cows come home. Yes. Because I do not want to deal with the crazies. Again, I don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
And I know I can go and be like, all right, cool. We may have, and with the that I find myself, all right, don't have really contrary opinions on a lot of things. With that, we kind of all think along the same lines on certain things. With my family,
yeah, no,
100% opposite. And There's like my family, me, and then my mother. She's off in her own little corner with her.
Who are you closer to? None of them
on that spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay alone with me and Xena in the middle.
Fair.
And not get involved in either side because no, there's enough crazy on both sides where I just say, no, we're done. No more. And that's why I was like, Peterson's like, hey, you want to come? Yes.
Please and thank you.
Exactly. Please and thank you. Because it keeps me from having to go slightly crazy. Because at that point, I would rather spend that time alone than with the crazy.
And that's what I was going to say at some point was, it's getting closer and closer to being perfect for like, I don't know, enjoying the holidays. And I said, it'll be at its best when I'm just home alone.
Yeah, that's what you think now. Wait till you actually experience it for a holiday or two. Yeah. It is utterly depressing and devastating. I mean, you think going in, this is going to be great. And then you realize you're like, oh, I'm alone. I have no one.
At least in that moment. No, I was like, even for New Year's last year, but that was because I was in a cruddy mood anyways. I don't know. I think there's a couple options for me to go out and go somewhere for New Year's, but then I just was like, I just want to stay home alone. And then I did, and I was like, I mean, granted, yes, I was in just kind of like a mood, but then just hanging out by myself, I was just like, this is good.
Yeah.
Doing that all the time would be like,
yeah. And so I do want to make the distinction. There is a difference between being alone and lonely. There is a difference between the two. Yeah. Being alone means like me, I live alone with just me and my dog, but I have regular social contact with a certain group of individuals. You're one of them. Whether that be in person or by text message, which seems to be almost daily at times.
Yeah, I know, for real. It's like kind of surprised. It was surprising. Well, I mean, I was much more understandable at the beginning of when it started, but then, like, I was like, this is still going on pretty decently consistent,
right? Nothing wrong with that.
Oh no.
So there is that difference between that, right? Mm-hmm. Now, being lonely. Do you know how damaging to health that is? And this is from the National Institute of Aging, as reported by the University of New Hampshire.
No,
prolonged loneliness is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Wait, what?
Prolonged loneliness, prolonged social isolation is equivalent on your health to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's estimated it can shorten a person's lifespan by as many as 15 years.
How do you figure this out?
It increases your risk of stroke by 32%, heart disease by 29%, mental health disorders by 26%, premature mortality by 26%.
What?
Yep.
How?
University of California, San Francisco found that being alone most of the time may contribute to a decline in the ability to perform everyday tasks. 59% were more likely to find daily tasks such as climbing stairs or walking home difficult.
What the heck? It's
linked to bad brain health. It's also linked to poor cognitive functions and higher risk for dementia by up to, they're saying, about 50%. It also includes increased risk of Alzheimer's as well.
That is crazy.
And they came about this because they started looking at how COVID increased the number of social isolation. This is from the University of New Hampshire about this. They published this back in May of this year, talking about the detriments of prolonged social isolation. Yeah.
Wow.
But as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, essentially, that's how bad it is on your health, is what they're saying. So it is very important. Like I said, it's okay, to take some time. Sometimes you need to take some time away from things and recharge. Sometimes you need to just step back for a minute. It's okay to do a holiday alone or whatever once in a while, as long as you're not isolating, as long as you're not lonely, as long as you have some way to communicate and be in community with people. This is still blowing your mind, huh?
That is just one thing has such a huge impact. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I need to get it out more. I'm just kidding.
Again, it's not lonely. It's loneliness.
Yeah.
You're like the one person, I'm not concerned right now about you being lonely because you're always like blah, 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 or doing this.
I'm out somewhere doing something at some point
with people
usually.
But that being said, it's still easy to be with people and be lonely if you're faking it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another conversation that we can have in a little bit here.
No,
I'm not saying about you and specifically. I'm just talking about in general. I'm just talking about in general. I'm not saying like, Aaron, we're having an intervention. Josh, Amy, come on in.
So what signs have I been giving off other than sleeping a lot?
No, that's just the big red flag, just the sleeping. But again, I go, oh, that's the SAD. That's why I asked vitamin D. That's why I asked those things.
Sure it's vitamin D.
It's vitamin B.
Frick.
But yeah. So as I said, though, as I've gotten older, I've chosen who I spend my holidays with.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, you're going to come and do this. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm going to choose who I'm with.
That's cool. That's good.
To cap off this lovely craziness, it's Thanksgiving 2022. What were you thankful for this year?
What was it?
Or what are you thankful for? Because it shouldn't be a what were you? It should be a what are.
Right. Am I not thankful for it anymore? Well, this year.
Yeah.
Man. I think one of the biggest things is
I have ideas where this may be going, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and let you do your thing.
Definitely thankful for and like the true, thick and thin friends kind of thing. Hot diggity, yes. And I guess, especially specifically, I'd have to say the I guess you would say the brothers and sisters in Christ kind of thing. At least the genuine ones. That's probably the biggest thing I've been thankful for this year, with the fun that has entailed with this year.
Fair.
Granted, I mean, it was one moment. Well, I suppose, yeah, it was just a small point of time, but definitely a very big, impactful time. So yeah, definitely thankful for the Christian family. That's the biggest thing. Goodness. I mean, yeah, there's a whole list, and obviously, in that list of the Christian family, basically being you, Josh, Amy, Peterson clan.
I love I have to say clan.
Yeah, why do I have a fam, clan? Whatever.
Clan makes it sound so bad.
Yeah, it does sound a lot worse that way.
I'm guilty of the same thing, saying the same thing, but yeah.
As I've heard, I know that they're normally called that, but the parents' family, all the standard stuff for family. That was one thing that stuck out to me yesterday, because my brother-in-law had asked me, he's like, still going dry? And I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, how's it going? I was like, well, I mean, I still haven't had anything yet, at least to my knowledge.
At least to my knowledge.
I don't know. What if somebody slipped me something? I don't know.
Yes, because someone is sneaking into your house in the middle of the night and slipping you something.
Giving me something to drink while I'm sleeping. And he's like, how long has it been? I was like, oh, it was about since August. He's like, wow. I was like, good job, keep it up, whatever kind of thing. And like, I am thankful that that whole this again so far it hasn't been that much of a challenge, I guess I would say.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not as I don't know. I guess it's not like I wasn't I need drink.
Yeah,
Kind
not
of thing.
physically addicted,
Yeah.
mentally addicted.
Just
And,
yeah.
and I know there were a couple days where you've been like, "Oh, it'd be nice to have a
Oh,
drink today," and I get that.
yeah.
That's not like saying you're like, "Oh, you're addicted" type thing. Is you're just like, you know what? Hey, it'd be nice to relax with a drink. I get that.
Yeah, and I mean it hasn't yeah, it's never been to the point where it's like I'm like fighting the thought of, oh, I'm just gonna go out and grab something. Because even like as soon as I found that another unexpected bottle somewhere in the
I
house,
remember that.
that sounds so bad.
Yes, it does actually. Considering the amount we threw away, yes, that sounds
there was
horrible.
that there was still more. Yeah, it was like I saw. I was like, ugh. I was just like, okay, well, I better just get rid of it. Just to remove any sort of potential temptation if there is one. Because
Mhm.
especially, yeah, going into this whole, I don't know, yeah, the sad season. I mean, I guess that does definitely make it a little harder to stay away, or it would make it harder to stay
Right.
away if it's so readily available.
I
But
get it.
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, the biggest thing this year has just been the whole, yeah, the family of Christ, the love and I guess I mean, literally, I guess more unconditional love shown through them, and then the push to get back on the right track.
Always gonna push you to get on the right track, sir.
Yeah. I just might make it really difficult.
Mhm. Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's the only thing that can really, I mean, besides all I mean, I guess you could say, I don't know, standard stuff of just, even though the country's a little wacko,
Oh, just a little?
I'm still thankful to live here as opposed to other countries. Oh my goodness. Where's the one of the World Cup soccer stuff going
Qatar?
on? Qatar. Alcohol's illegal there. I
Well,
didn't realize that.
no, it's illegal in the stadium. You can drink in bars outside the stadium,
Outside, well, yes, outside of it. But there's something else about
or you could go through a special process to get permission to drink in the stadium, but there's, like, a whole
that's a
thing of
whole thing.
yeah.
They brought up at work was saying like, there's people being warned, like, because I mean they are very much against like uh same sex marriage and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
It's like if you go to the game, like don't go with your partner, or at least don't make it noticeable. Otherwise, you can be kind of in trouble, sort of thing. And then I
Yep.
also heard something about some players were refusing to sing the national anthem or something like that of their country or
Hmm.
something to that
I don't know
degree.
that one.
Oh, and like hearing the consequences that could be held out for that for those people is like that's
Well, the
nuts.
State Department did it to give people going to Qatar, so State Department of the United States,
Yeah.
get people going to Qatar like, "Hey, just FYI, you're going to a place, here's some things you should know," right?
Mm-hmm.
First off, dress code in that area. Then it's for both men and women, so it's not just, one sex or the other.
Right.
Shoulders, chest, stomachs, knees, and tight leggings need to be covered by a long shirt or dress.
Hmm.
So, you can't even go shirtless over there, right? Like you said, LGBTQIAP plus, blah, 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 very heavily over there. Very not going to happen.
Nope.
I think a lot of people were told, like, was it the USA logo? I don't know if you saw it. It's
As the
the rainbow, whatever, and that's kind of even like, hey, they want them to remove that
yeah.
because of what it means. There is no freedom of speech there. That
Oh,
includes what you say as well as like even what you tweet while there. If you speak out, against Islam or proselytize for any other religion. Do you know what proselytize means?
Proclaim kind of thing.
Yeah,
Or
to
talk about.
try to get people to convert.
Mm-hmm.
That you could face criminal prosecution.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm. So just things that, you had to know about that, that they let people going over there know, like, hey, just what you know.
Be aware.
Uh-huh.
So with that, like, it's still nice to be in a place where we are. I hope, I don't know. Things can get so crazy maybe at some point where it's like, I don't care. The lifestyle and like what life is like living here is, even though we find so much to complain about, there's so much where it's like, you probably don't need to complain so much.
Right.
Even though I complain about Racine and be like, I don't like Racine.
Just look at it this way. Living in Racine, you are living between two targets that will be nuked when World War III starts.
Great.
Yep. So you'll get to live your dream of being in real life Fallout land.
Yeah. I always kind of have thought about that. That would be kind of wild. I would die in no time, but
oh yeah, me too.
There's a lot to be thankful for. But biggest one, is what the family in Christ has been, especially this year. Especially within the last several months. And to you getting me to start reading books. That's besides reading the Bible, like when I do, it's like, I don't like books. No. So this whole book reading thing is probably a really good thing. Shoot.
And one plan was successful.
Yay.
I backdoored in Aaron learning to read books.
Yes. I can sort of do it.
And you'll just get better with it over time, is not only the reading part, but the comprehension and the analytical part.
And words, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, words. I know words are hard for you.
Oh, yes, they are. That's all I got.
All right.
Because it's either a giant list, but I'm just focusing on the biggest thing for this year, I think. That I'm thankful for. Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm thankful for August Burns Red.
See, part of me wants to just end the episode right there because that's the most ridiculous statement I've ever heard. But
I'm thankful to be able to go to CBR again this year. Hot diggity dang. And that you're going with, and it's gonna be wild.
Like I said, I sent that meme along. I was like, this better not awaken something to me. It's not going to, but no. I'm just going because I need to get away from work.
I'm stoked about it.
It'll be a good trip, regardless of if I'm sitting there going, not a big fan of the music, but it'll still be good just to get away and do whatever.
Well, and I'm hoping we get a good chance to get out a little bit, I guess, venture around sort of around the town. But we'll see how much of that happens. And then the music store on the way home will be fun too.
Of course.
What are you thankful for, Paul? Lay it on me.
Lay it on you.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so this year has been very, geez Louise, entertaining, interesting, on multiple levels, not just because of you.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thankfully. God, there's a lot more exciting stuff than me in the world. Huh.
Yeah, that drained the tank dry right there. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Oh yeah. No, there's a lot of things there. First off, one of the things that made through COVID just fine, because that was sucked. You get sick with COVID for the second time. I was like, yay! Ah, dang it. And especially because it happened right at the last day of Life Fest. And I was like,
yeah.
But in all honesty, I'm glad I was able to enjoy, and this seems minor in the grand scheme of things, right? But I was grateful that I was able to enjoy Life Fest probably spreading my germs around, not even realizing it. But I was able to enjoy it
Right.
and not feel sick or anything because at that point in the year, I needed that little retreat unto myself to do
Mhm.
things. Again, I was alone, wasn't lonely. Couldn't be lonely with that many people around. Definitely could not be,
Mhm.
but it was just, me and Davina camping. It wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't anything whatever, but it was still good to get away and just refocus for a minute while enjoying music at the same time. So I was
Mhm.
like beautiful for that. I was grateful for that beyond anything. I was, you know, and this sounds petty in a way, but I'm grateful my coworker is back because 3 months of dealing his job plus my job was just
Not
nope.
fun.
I was getting ready to be like, and I'm out. Goodbye. Find someone else to do this job.
Deuces.
So,
Mm-mm.
but in essence, though, I'm grateful that I know where I'm at currently through this. I guess you could say this economic downturn is the polite way to say it.
Hmm.
I'm probably going to be pretty safe because of what, and I'm grateful that I'm in that position. But at the same time, I'm also asking God, where am I going next? What's my next step on this journey called my professional life?
Hmm.
And does that professional life continue to remain in IT or not? Or does it change? Unknown at this time. We will see. Lots of life can change crazily. The third thing that was on my list was definitely how do I put this the right way? The friends I call family because they're friends. I have friends,
Mhm.
whatever, hang out with them. They're friends that I call family. Example, you.
Mhm.
I call you a brother. I call Andy and Heather family. And as you put it, that whole clan. you
Yeah.
know, I don't call them necessarily clan, but yeah, that whole group over there, the Peterson family.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call them family as well. Because while thankfully this year for me, for the most part, wasn't particularly like I had to rely on you guys a lot this year. I was pretty stable for the most part, thankfully. We did do a little ping pong back and forth that for like a month or two there. And ping pong is my a terminology I came up with, and I told Aaron, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like you need help with something, I need help with something." Just kind of that back and forth, like ping pong, game, just going
Mhm.
back and forth. We did ping pong for like a month or so there, but thankfully, kind of stabilized off with everything for me and has been stable, and I'm thankful for this as well that, hey, look, it is almost December 7th and I haven't had like any depressive episode at all. And during this
Excellent.
time of my dad, with my dad's anniversary of death and
Mhm.
birthday. And I'm like, I'm thankful for all that because I remember how that was years ago and how it was horribly devastating to me mentally as well as physically.
Mm.
And not dealing with that, it's wonderful. So
Yeah.
wonderful. So much better. So
Mm.
much more life involved,
Mm.
and so those are the main things I'm thankful for. But, primary from that list, is those friends that I call family because I would not have been able to do 2020, 2021, 2022 without you all.
Mm.
Would not have made it personally.
Mm.
And I've come a long, and this is me saying this, I've come a long way of the Paul of 2018 where I was an inpatient to now. Why you?
Yeah, you've become a lot more uppity.
Yes, I've become a lot more uppity. Thank you, Aaron. Yes. I thought that's where you were going, but I had to confirm. So that there's those changes I've seen myself. So, been very grateful for those things as that has continued on over the years. And that one of the friends who are family is probably a thing that reoccurs like almost every year because, like I was saying earlier, my family's insane
Mm.
and I need some sanity. And as crazy as you
I was
are,
gonna
sir,
say, and you're friends with me.
as crazy as you are 1,000 times more sane than my family.
Wow. That's a compliment.
There's a difference between crazy and
Yeah,
insane.
true. Well,
I can handle crazy. I cannot handle insane.
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like the shirt you just got.
Strange animal.
Yeah. I was like, that's a perfect shirt for you.
Yep.
It is. So, that's what I was thankful for, or I shouldn't say am still thankful for, especially as these years go on and as I get closer to 40 and just realize, oh boy, I'm 40. I'm old.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking to do something special for my 40th because 40. Dang it.
Then I'll have to make sure. Well, depending on what you have in store for your 40th, I'll have to make sure I have free time.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I have to look to see what I'm going to do because I'm like, geez Louise, I have to do something to mark that big 4-0.
The big 4-0.
It's like we're going to have to do something to mark your big transition into full adulthood in your 30s.
It's funny. There was a young adult worship night or whatever. This was like weeks ago. But I was gonna text you. I was like, I'm not really considered a young adult anymore, am I? I was like, I don't know. I'm in that like weird like
you're getting
borderline point.
You're getting close to that age point where you're not considered, but right now you still are.
Okay.
You still are.
I should have gone.
But you're getting close to that. When you hit your 30s, you're kind of out.
It's out. Yeah. I was like, is 30 the line or is it like the mid to upper 20s?
According to the young adult book club at church.
Oh, you're still good for it,
Yeah, apparently so. And I was like,
you qualify to be a young adult, man.
I was like, Ben, you realize I'm knocking on 40.
Wait, what's he at? Well, he's in his 30s. He's like what, mid late 30s?
I don't know how old he is. I just know that I was just like.
And by the way, when I said Paul is more uppity, not literally, not the actual word or definition of the word uppity, because I didn't know what that meant when I said that to him years ago.
2018.
20, yeah. 20, well, yeah, at the Classic Crime concert.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun, but yeah, you didn't know what uppity meant, and I was just like, "What?" And then,
okay.
Then it's like, "Oh, he doesn't
know what that means, do you?"
Yeah, as soon as I realized he didn't know what that meant, I was like, "Gotcha. This makes a lot more sense," and I understand a lot more about that. So that was a lot longer episode for Thanksgiving than I was thinking of. But hey, you know what? All the good things are unplanned at times, as they say. Unplanned children, unplanned weddings, unplanned leaving at the altars. Oh wait, what am I talking about? We're talking about Aaron's dreams again.
Those are all great things, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But there are things that are unplanned that turn out to be good, and you're not exactly sure where things are going to go at times. And I know that, that is going to be the case primarily with you. Half the time, I do not know where the tangents are going to leave. If I throw you and Josh together in the same room, that 100% of the time, I have no idea where things are going to lead to. But that being said, it is the holidays now, and we're getting close to Christmas and everything. So I'm actually surprised I don't see any eggnog on like your side of the table right now, because it is almost December, which means it is acceptable to drink eggnog. And you don't necessarily have to get the the alcoholic version. You can always get the non-alcoholic version, especially if you're trying to stay dry right now.
Yeah,
and everything. But
there's even that eggnog at Casey's, and I still didn't buy it.
Yeah, I know. I was actually surprised you passed that up.
I really wanted to.
Well, maybe we need to put some powdered sugar on you to pretend it's snow to get you in the mood for Christmas.
Then I'll reenact a picture of Jake.
A picture what?
Of Jake. All I want for Christmas is you.
Oh. Why would you even threaten that?
I don't know.
Because if you do that, that's going out in the public.
Oh no! The thick version of Jake.
I'm glad I didn't have a drink in my mouth at the time.